Good evening, everyone. I'm Debbie Russell. I'm an affiliate and a trainer for my branding system, and I'm going to guide you through the components of your website or blog with my branding system. Now, most of you are brand new to blogging and social media, so a lot of this information is new to you. But really, don't worry. I'll be doing this again next week, and I encourage you to listen in, and each time it will become clearer to you. MBS has very exciting things planned for all of us, additional training, additional tools for us that I think you'll all like. Also on this webinar, I will be able to answer questions, but at the end of the webinar. So if you'd like to write a question in, I will look at it at the end of the webinar, see what time we've got left, and try to answer your question as best as I can. So this is the agenda that we're going to use tonight. I want to cover the features and benefits of your MBS system, your back office for your MBS system, and that's where you're going to find training. You actually have two back offices, one for your system and one for your business. So we're going to go through both of those tonight. How to post an article, either one that you've written from a Word document or from our article generators. How to add pages, which you might think are tabs across the top of your website. How to create links within your articles, add pictures. I'll talk a little bit about search engine optimization and keywords and why they're important, and how everything gets posted to your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And I don't want anybody crying. It's not that hard, and each time you're going to catch on, and it's going to be easier and easier. So this is really what the MBS system does for you and anyone that has it. It's very important that we kind of understand the reasons why we're all doing this, and one of the things I really like is your brand is the answer to the question, why should your prospect pick up the phone when you're calling? And your client's perception is your client's reality, and that's really true. So what we're all trying to do is to be seen as an expert in our field. How are you going to get found online? You're going to be creating this new website, and you're going to be giving this new website out when you meet people. You can order your business cards with MBS. It will have your web address on it. Or if you have another business, you can include your web address for your MBS blog on it. Also, I encourage you when you do your emails and your email signature, include this web address on it, and update your profiles in LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, there is a special place when you're adding websites to your profile that says My Blog. Put your site in there. Also included on your Facebook information and your Twitter. You're also going to be found online by creating solid and relevant content, because Google loves content. And so therefore, if people are searching terms and keywords for what you're writing, you could get found, and it's based also on consistency. So post regularly, and I just encourage everybody to start slow, start with once a week. That's fine. I almost think that posting every day is too much. It's just a lot of information. It's going out to your Facebook. Everybody's seeing it every day. But once or twice a week is perfect. When you're also doing your articles, use keywords that people search for on the Internet. That will help you in coming up in a Google search. Another way you can get found online is adding comments on other people's blogs. When you do that, you literally add your website address. And that's why people always are trying to comment in a spam fashion on other people's blogs. I want to tell you that we actually have a Facebook fan page, and I'd like you to like us. So just put in your search bar on Facebook, my branding system, and like us so you can receive some updates and post successes and be part of the team. So it's time right now for us to kind of, get started with the training. One of the things I thought would be very important is to tour my website, and this might give you some ideas for organizing your own website, because you just got your system, you're starting out, and you're trying to figure out how to place things, where do they go, and what are they. So I thought by using my website, it would be a good example for you. And before we really begin, I want to go through some terminology, and one is, I'm sure you've heard me call it a blog. You've heard me call it a website. So what's the difference? Well, The word blog started by two words called a weblog. And years ago, and everybody's familiar with a website, and typically your website always had to be designed by a webmaster or somebody that created it with some sort of a website code. And nobody could get an update to their website without going through this person and then paying him an hourly fee. Therefore, many of the websites you see for businesses never change. It's what we call static information. And also, they don't really get found on Google searches unless somebody puts in www.yourbusiness.com. So somebody came across this idea of creating a blog, and by posting articles, changing the content, but yet letting you control how it gets posted, when it gets posted, and making it a very simple process. So that's what my branding system is based on, is a blog, and it is a very simple process. If you can cut and paste, you can do this. So that's why we use the terms interchangeably, because this really looks like a website, doesn't it? But it's truly a blog. On the left-hand side are my social media buttons. Yours could be on the right, mine are on the left. Depending on your screen resolution, like on my little netbook, these all come over on top of my page, and it's just based upon the screen resolution. It's not because anybody's buttons are out of order. This is where somebody would land on my site and connect with me on my Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. When you created your site, you gave MBS your ID for Facebook and LinkedIn, and that's how that all got linked in. In this area at the top where my picture is, this is called our custom header, and this is where we would have a branding statement. Sometimes on a business this could have a logo, and anybody that has the mini branding system just has writing there, and there is no logo and there is no picture. In the corner is our peel page that we offer to people. For people that have the mini branding system, it will only be for my branding system logo, but I don't know if you know this, when you click on that, that goes to your sales page. For people that have a business and have a custom header and they might have another business, one thing that I tell people is that create this area with a logo that your business has, and then it's also a clickable link. For example, an insurance agency might have their logo there, and when people click in this area, it goes directly to their website for their insurance agency. If you've got a network marketing business, that might be your opportunity page. I think that's a really great sales feature here. Across the top, these look probably like tabs to you, but us in Blog Talk, these are called pages. Now this is static information, in my opinion. This is information that you're going to create, you're in control of, and it doesn't really change, but a visitor to your site is going to click on it and find out information. For example, your bio information went here about Debbie. If you didn't like your bio information when you submitted it or you weren't ready, I'm going to show you during the webinar how to change it and how to update it or post it. This is your contact information. This is information I put about branding. Now, I did something unique here. You might have so many items across the top that you want here, and you might be out of space. So you can literally cascade them down. And so I'm going to show you that if I click here on this item, which is for insurance agents, this pulls up just general information. I created a program for branding insurance agents, which is all about my branding system, some articles that I've written, and why this would be applicable to them. You can have it whatever your design is for your website, whatever your business is, whatever your theme is, you can create something similar, but it's not an article. It's information that people are searching for, maybe resource information. I'm going to go back to my home page. Next, I want to show you this area on the right-hand side is called a sidebar. And in this sidebar, we have all the information there. They're all called a widget. Your sidebar may not look like mine, and it may be on the left-hand side of your website. So every theme that was selected, this sidebar is a little bit different. Sometimes they don't have these little bars across the top. It's just all on the design of your website. Your webcam information might be at the bottom of your of the sidebar widgets. This is the translator. Everybody has this translator. What this is a giveaway that I have put on my website that if they want this paper, they have to submit their email address to me, and therefore I'm building a list. So this is called an email autoresponder list builder. I encourage you to put video on your sidebar. It's very interesting to people, and if you can create one that's actually about you, so you're talking to your audience. So I have a lot of people that look at what does Debbie Russell do. Down here I have put some other videos. This is something clever you can create on YouTube about have you Googled your name. This is another logo. Everybody has this on their sidebar, and if you click on this, this also goes to your sales page. This is my Twitter feed. Not everybody wants it. Not everybody has it. If you're not on Twitter, don't put your Twitter feed. And some other videos. We all have access to the Libby Gill video. I put it here. Now, when you're putting the video on, just a comment is that look how it looks, because I've seen some people put them in, they're not sized correctly when you put your widget in, and the video overlaps into your article. So you can correct that in your back office by adjusting the size of the video. And how I did it was I looked at something that my branding system put on my site, which is this little video here, and looked at the dimensions of that and adjusted accordingly. I thought that was an easy way to do that. You're going to want to organize your site with categories. This is very important. When you write articles, this is your table of contents. So when people come to your site, they can click on, for example, since I'm social media marketing and they want to see if I've got any articles regarding Facebook, they can click there and all my Facebook articles will come up. So as you put content on your site, you're going to assign it to a category, and people can readily, if they want to read more information, search under that category. These are recent posts. People can see what I've been writing about mostly. And these are the archives. I do actually use these, but mostly on other people's sites. For example, if I land on somebody's site and they've not put an article on there since November or December of last year, I almost think they're out of business. So, you know, it's kind of important to me just on a psychological thing. This was just a little world that I added. I thought that was pretty cute. And so you can fill your sidebar up. If you've got credentials, important information that you want to share, maybe you've got a special license, add it to your sidebar. Now I want to talk to you about your articles. Absolutely. Here's the title, and when they click on the title, my article, you can't see the whole thing. It says here, read the rest of the story. So they can either click here to read the whole article, or they can click up here and read the whole article. And the reason I do that is so that I can put more articles on my front page. I don't really like my article just going down and being very, very lengthy. I like to show a lot of topics on my site when somebody lands on it. You can also see that I have added pictures to all my articles. And I just wrote a blog post, which would be right here. Get the picture. Create blog post with interest, because it grabs attention. People get tired of reading just a lot of words, and you can see I've even used headers here just to break up my article. This is the Facebook share button. I just posted this article today, so it's only been retweeted once. And these are also share buttons down here. And you may not know, these are different types of social media. But the one I want to show you, because literally when we post an article on our site, we don't have to do anything about sending it out to Facebook, sending it out to Twitter, but we do have to do something about sending it to LinkedIn. And I want to show you how that's done. The reason is that for me, LinkedIn, I'm in many, many groups on LinkedIn. This article has to do with network marketing, but I'm in insurance groups, so if I posted an article on network marketing to an insurance group, they're not going to like it. So I don't want to send it out to every group. So how it would work is I actually don't even like it posted on my main profile page for my LinkedIn, but I do want it posted to groups. I'm in over 20, but I know I'm in some that start with MLM. So all I have to do is put an M here. So let's say I want to post it in the MLM network. I take out that optional thing and I click share. Tomorrow, that article will post into that group. And that's how you share into your LinkedIn. I also found out something very interesting. If I'm in multiple groups like that, I don't post the same article on the same day to all my groups because I've got the same people in those groups, and so it looks very spammy. People can create comments. So if they want to add a comment to my blog, they would click here. It says no comments, so they would write a comment right here. And I'll just scroll down here, and you can see various articles have been retweeted different times. Okay, so I think you get the picture. Each one of these have a little picture to it, grabbing somebody's attention, and I just really think that's a good way to set your articles up. Before we leave the first page of my site, I would like to just kind of briefly go over the webcam video post. I want to just show you how easy that is. I've already opened that site up because it takes just a little bit of time. When you click this, it asks you to sign back into your system again. So you'd sign back in, and this comes up here. And I do not have a webcam on this particular computer, but if I did, it would show, I would see myself right here, and I would just read the instructions here. And it says to start the recording, I would press the red button, to stop it, the black button, and I can play it back. When I get it so I like it, I put a title on and a description, and I click Publish Video. Literally, that publishes directly to my site. Once that happens, I'll also get an email asking me, would I like that video to be posted to YouTube, or not YouTube, but Twitter and Facebook. So it gives you the option of doing that either way. The next thing I would like to talk to you about is how you log into your business office for my branding system. I actually like to tell people, just pull your site up. From your own site, you can log into your business back office, or you can log into your system back office. And I'll show you both ways. So if I want to log into my business back office, I can click on my Peel page. I can click here where my blog is. If I want to log into my system back office, I scroll all the way down, and I log in here to my MBS system login. The other way you can log into your business back office, for example, if you didn't have a site, some people are just affiliates and they don't have a site. So they would type in mybrandingsystem.com/their user ID. So what happens then is we go to the sales page. I call this the sales page. Before we log into our back office here, I wanted to show you one or two things that you may or may not know was available, and I think it will help you when you're trying to describe this program to others. If you click under Our Products, you're going to get an Adobe Acrobat file, and this is going to give you a comparison between the different systems. So you can see what all is contained in the mini system, our main system that we sell, and the premium realtor system. I would just encourage you to go ahead and print it out for your use. So it's got a little check mark in each of the areas that's included. And what I also liked about it is that a lot of people ask, what's included in the $39.95? So now you've got this right in front of yourself, and you can articulate it. The other piece here is you can also order business cards from logging into your back office, or you can order them from right here. It says business cards and promotional items. If you'd like to look at some sample websites, we've got them here under our portfolio. I'm going to scroll up to the top and log in here. I will tell you also that this is actually in Flash. You can see it moving around. If you're trying to log in on your iPad, they've also provided, Flash does not show on an iPad, so you can come down here to the very bottom and click Login, which I'll do right now. And here is the back office. If you're an affiliate, you see this information in the middle here about the special promotions that are happening, and there's information about your business, about your genealogy, about your commissions. Below that is MBS benefits. This is where you activate your toolbar for cashback shopping. Also, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom where it is in blue, upgrade. From here, you can upgrade from a mini system and buy the custom header. And it's just basically a shopping cart where you select that. You can also do your upgrade from a mini system to a realtor. Under your tools and resources, though, I'm going to take you to training and documents. MBS has provided banners which are logos for you. For example, here's one right here, my branding system. So if you're writing an article and you might want to grab the little logo and make it clickable to your sales page, you can do that. Training videos. This is where we have archived a library of self-help for you. Starting with people setting up their MBS system before they've even bought it, the short videos on just little problems with setting up your system, the how-to series. So, for example, when we get into your system's back office tonight, if you can't remember something, you weren't ready to look at the article generating systems, you can come back here and just run that short little video. Under here also we've got an archive of social media library. If you don't understand how to use Twitter, if you don't understand how to use a Facebook fan page and you want to learn about it, how about more information on branding? All types of things on social media is there that I encourage you. And then we do a live webinar every month on some sort of social media training. If you don't have your social media background, if you have a full system, they will customize your social media backgrounds, email them to you, and then you have to upload them. So here are the instructions for that. That is all I want to cover on the business back office. So let's say that you now want to go to the back office and post an article. You go to the front of your site, you scroll down, and you log into the MBS system. That's where you put your user ID and your password. The first page that comes up is what we call the dashboard. The dashboard is your snapshot of your back office. Right now, my back office probably will not look like yours because I put this chart right here. But you've got that chart. It happens to be located on your left side all the way down. So what you can do is each one of these bars, you can click on it and move it around, so you can drag it and drop it. So you can take it from the back, put it up here at the top. I just liked it that way. Then what we're going to do tonight, and I'll just kind of give you an overview, we're going to get to the nitty-gritty. I'm going to start with some basics. We're going to cover how to add pages. We're going to talk about how to change your About You section. Then we're going to post a document from a Word document, and that would probably be original content. And while we're doing that, in that document, we're going to insert a picture, create a link, put some categories and tags on it, talk about some keywords, and what we have is the SEO all-in-one pack. I know it sounds like a lot, but every article will be the same. Then I'm going to go over some of the statistics or analytics with the system so you've got some idea what you're looking at with some of these charts. And then we're going to go into the two article databases, Unique Article Wizard, and then we'll set up a campaign with WP Robot to post an article. We'll end the session by adding some widgets and content on your sidebar. I know it's a lot to grasp in one session, so just try to get the basics of posting an article. And if you're lost in some of the areas, you can listen again next week. It does become easier with repetition. So we're on this dashboard landing page, and I'll just explain some of it to you. I have 74 articles here that cover 9 pages. I have 19 categories, so that's my table of contents. And I have something called 1,553 tags. Tags are words that people actually can find my site from words that are searchable on the internet, and they could come in to me by putting these tags in when I create my article. I have comments on here, and I'm going to talk to you about the comments because it's very important kind of that you understand it. I've got one pending comment. Pending usually means, and I'll show you, this means that somebody literally did come to my site, but I get to approve their comment just to make sure that it's not something negative, not something I don't want out there. However, it's caught 24 spam content to my articles. And why is that? Our system with MBS has a great spam filter. We have people, there are hundreds and thousands of people on the internet that want to go into these blogs and post these comments on there. And what they're really trying to do is, see here, he's got this link here. This is the backlink. He wants me to approve his comment so that my readers will be redirected to his site and Google will rate him with more authority. I don't want to do that because some of these things are truly nothing I'm concerned about. They're salesy. Some of them are pornographic. So I just encourage you. At first I was very flattered because sometimes they're saying, wow, it's like really great and I really admire what you're doing, and but truly you waste a lot of time in looking at them, so just click empty spam and then they're all gone. So we've done the comments and we've done the dashboard. The next thing I want to do is go to the pages. I'll click on mine. Yours will already have some pages on it, and yours will be, let's go with the About Me feature first. Let's say I want to change or add my bio. So I'm going to click on Edit. And this really looks like an article. So every time the pages look like articles in your back office. So this will look the same to you. It's got a title. It's got some words here in the middle. Now, some of the things I want to show you, the very first time that you go into your back office, you've got this little toolbar here, but you've only got one line. You only have to do this one time. You need to expand it out so that it's 2 lines because it will be frustrating to you when you try to do different things with your articles. So the cool thing about the back office is that you can run your little cursor over these things and it tells you exactly what they are. You're looking for the kitchen sink. We want to show the kitchen sink. So I click on it. I will never have to do that again. Every time I go back into my back office now, that will have 2 lines there. So that's the very first thing that you want to do. The other thing is, since I can't read all these words, it's kind of hard. I can use this little scroll bar here, but it's still hard. So I'd like to see it in full screen. So I just come over here. I really never can remember what all the buttons are, so this says toggle full screen. So if I click there, now I can see it. Now I can copy and paste. So if you have another bio somewhere, or if you want to go ahead and just type and change some things, go right ahead, go to this area. You can see even in my bio, I added a little picture here. You guys know my husband's Captain Steve, most of you, so this is about our boating. This is me working on a boat. I was trying to connect with my visitors. And then if you've made a change here for your bio, then you would click Update. So that is all you have to do. So let me go back to our pages. Let's say now you're ready to add another tab, which you might call a tab, but let's call it a page, the real word. You just say Add New. So when you say Add New, it will come up blank, and you should have thought of a title for it. So you put your title there, and you put your content here, and then you put Publish. Very, very simple. I'm going to go back to my pages. One other thing that you might be wanting to do is, remember I showed you how I cascaded the page for programs. So what I had to do was I created the original one, which just says programs. There's no information there. Then I did an Add New, so I added insurance agents. So let me edit him. And I linked him to the program over here on the right. See where it says Page Attributes and Parent. So my parent is my program. So I just indicated that I wanted him placed under the programs. And that's how you do your cascading down. Now, the next thing what we're going to do is we're actually going to add an article, and an article is called a post. So we're going to go Articles and Categories and click on Add New. This particular article, we're going to add it from a Word document. So I've already done a Word document. Here it is. If you can copy and paste, you can do that. So here's my title. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. Now, the next piece here, because this is a Word document, I'm just going to copy the rest of the article. And this is something I learned. There is a little bar here, and I just had gone over each one of these individually, and it says here, paste from Word. The reason why it will definitely work for you if you just paste it here. However, if you create an article and it's got bullet points or numbers, for some reason it just messes it all up. So what you want to do is click Paste from Word, and I just read the directions. Control-V on your keyboard to paste the text. So there's my text, and there's the insert. So instead of just doing a paste, I went to here, Paste from Word. Now my article is really done. What I can do with it is I can take this little header and click here and make it a big heading. Okay. I can take another one here, and I want you to notice that, let me talk about keywords now. I have used I wrote a blog post about categories and tags. I would think that my keywords for this article are categories and tags. So I did a header here that says has categories and tags in it. I did another header here, categories and tags. Google likes it when you do stuff like that. So that is basically, you can doctor your article up as you see fit. Okay, let's talk about adding a picture. Let's go to the full screen. First of all, I have to think, where do I want a picture in this? So I'm going to say I want a picture right here after that exclamation point. I come up here to my little icons, and I look at, I just kind of read them all across. Add audio, no. Add video. Add an image. Okay, sounds good to me. This is just like adding a picture from Facebook. I select my files. There it is. There's my picture. Here's my picture. It doesn't look like much, but it is a picture. Now, the other key thing here, this is an advanced thing, this thing where it says alternate text. Google loves it when you put the keywords there. So I'm going to put categories and tags. I'll scroll down here. The system asks me, do I want that alignment of the picture on my left side, my center, or my right? I like it on my right. Do I want it full size? And they give me some sizes here. And the first time you'll just have to experiment. Then they make it little here. So I'm just going to say I want it inserted into my blog. And it is over here. Okay. Then the other thing I want to show you how to do is to add a link to your article. So I'm going to add a link where it says my branding system. I highlight it. I go back to my toolbar, and I just start scrolling over here because I can, I might not remember each one of these until I get to the one that says add a link. And if I were smart enough, I would know that it looks like a link. So it says insert link. I want this, because it says my branding system, to go to my sales page. So I'm going to type it. See how it comes up with this HTTP? It loves that format. So I'm going to keep that there. So I've got my brandingSystem.com/Debbie. I like it to open in the same window so my visitor doesn't leave the site. And I'm going to click Insert. So now this is a clickable link. And I'm going to put this back down here. Now what you can do is you can actually preview your article. So I'm going to click on Preview. Here is this article that we just created. It hasn't been published yet. So now I can say what I'm looking for is, do I like where I put the picture? Did I create this link, which I did? And is there anything else I want to do with it? So before I publish it, I can just go back to it. Here's my article again. I like it. So the other thing I have to do is I have to now put it in my table of contents, which would be, I'm going to call this blogging. That's where people would find that article. And tags are just some words. They're like keywords. So I'm going to say categories is going to be a tag. And since I wrote an article about categories and tags, so that's all I'm going to put there. Now I'm going to scroll down here to the all-in-one SEO pack. This is our search engine package that gets us found with Google. And I have literally probably between 200 to 500 people on my site, depending what's happening on a daily basis. So what it asks for here is, first off, the title. All I do is I scroll back up and I copy it. And you know what? If you're doing a blog post and you don't care about this, and you don't care really that your article gets found on Google, don't do it. You know, you can maybe come back and do this as you get better, but if you just want to put your article out there, copy and paste it and put it in a category, you can do that too. So under description, a description is, have you ever done a search with Google and you have an article come up and it's got a description of what the article is? So that's what that is. So you're searching for like a sentence that might be, I don't know, it doesn't really matter because this is just an example. But let's say I wanted that for the sentence that's going to be found with my article, so I would put it here. And the system tells me it doesn't like over 160 characters. Then I put my keywords in. If I created the article myself, I always put myself first, Debbie Russell, DebbieRussell.me. If I use content from somebody else, I don't really do that. Now I put the keywords in. So that's going to be categories and tags. Then I might put blogging. And then I would just go on and on about things that people might type on a search bar. That's how it gets matched with your article. So we're done there. Now all you have to do is click the blue thing here which says publish. And I've already got this article on my site, so I'm not going to publish it. That is all it is to copying and pasting content from some Word document. It happens the same every time. And as I said, if you don't want to fool around with the SEO pack at the bottom, don't do it. If you don't want to create anything different in your articles, just copy and paste and get them out there. Before we go on to the WP Robot and the Unique Article Wizard, I thought I'd kind of break it up, give our brains a little rest. Let me show you what happens when I show you the statistics on my website. Some people will ask you, do we have a way of tracking on our website? And you saw that on your dashboard, but this is a very expanded version of this. And these are my visitors, page views, spiders, and feeds. Today I had 339 people on my site. They looked at 1,009 pages. That means while they're on my site, they looked at over 3 pages while they were there, and that's good. You want them to stay on your site, get to know them. Spiders are these things that crawl from search engines all over your site looking for keywords. So the more spiders you have, that's very good. Also the feeds. These are feeding your articles out to various, it could be through Twitter, it could be through a lot of different sources. And as you get more and more content out there, these things tend to go up. I can look and see what articles that people are looking at on my site at any one time. One thing, this is kind of funny, I see people looking at this Getting Fabulous Cyber Monday deals. For some reason that article, I think it's because people put in cyber something in a search and they must think, what is this about Cyber Monday deals? I get more people on my site looking at that article. Kind of funny. So I thought I'd give us a little break before we went to the Unique Article Wizard. Unique Article Wizard is one of two sources for getting content on your site that you didn't create. This is under Settings, UAW Control. When you set your site up, MBS asked you to create some categories. The Unique Article Wizard is actually a system that they sell on the internet, not they meaning MBS, but Unique Article Wizard markets on its own, where people actually pay to subscribe to it. This comes as part of our deal of paying that $39.95. It's created by the categories that you put on when you created your system. So it's all driven by categories. These are people that have approved their articles, sent them to Unique Article Wizard, and what happens is that they approve the content. You cannot change their articles, though. You cannot be the author. So that it should say, which reminds me, I need to show you that. You need to know that you need to not be the author on these articles. The reason being is that they want to have credit for it. You agree to have their links on it. You can go to the end of their article and maybe put a little sales blurb on for you, but you have to keep their article intact. You can add pictures. So what this is you don't have to do anything on this page except for tell the system how many articles you'd like per day. These are going to be emailed to you, and you have the ability through your email, and it's going to say you have a new article in your My Branding system. You can literally from your email post it, you can trash it, or you can just save it in your pending. So down here, this is how I turn it on and off. If I have way too many articles that they've been sending to me, I can't keep up with them, I unclick everything. Sometimes you get articles, for example, I had some for holiday shopping, and they were sending me just weird things all the time, so I excluded the same keywords that they kept sending me. So this is an automated thing. So you can turn it on and off, you can click them, and you can match the categories. So I've turned mine off, and maximum articles per day. You never want to post these things without approving them. So you never want to change anything. It says here, automatically publish articles. Never put the click mark there because you want to look at it first. That's very easy. Where you find these articles, though, are under your posts. So what happens is that they come under the posts. And I'm going to use this guy right here. This one has not been published, so I'm going to edit it. So let's pretend it came from Unique Article Wizard. It looks just like this. You read it. If you like it, you publish it. But what I was going to show you is this author place here. There's something called See Original Source. If it didn't default to that, they have all kinds of different names in here. Just scroll down to the S's, and you'll put their See Original Source. I would encourage you to put the keywords in, the title, and then you can publish. So that is the Unique Article Wizard. We're almost done. Hope you're hanging in there. We're going to go to WP Robot. WP Robot is an entirely different system of articles, and you actually have to set this one up manually yourself by creating a campaign. So you would click Create Campaign here or Create Campaign here. So we're going to create a campaign, and a campaign is nothing more than telling the system what you're looking for. So I'm going to call my campaign Attraction Marketing. You can see I've done this before. I need to tell the system what keywords that I'm looking for. So I'm looking for network marketing under the category Attraction Marketing. And maybe I'm looking for keywords blogging and attraction marketing. Okay? The next thing that you do, let me move this guy, is you come over here to a template. You go to the very first one, the Quick Template Setup. Once you set up your campaign, you don't have to do it any other time. It gives you 5 templates. You only want template number 1. And what you want to do is you change the percentage to 100. And these are articles. You want to receive articles. Template 2 says this is like Yahoo News or something like that. You don't really want any of that information, so you have to tell the system just to remove it. There's 5 of them here. So what it does is it moves up the next guy into the number 2 position. So the next one is ClickBank. You don't want him. And you want to keep number 1. This is press releases. I don't want that. And the final one is Shopzilla, and I certainly don't want Shopzilla. Now I have one template, which is the article database. I scroll down here, and I want to make sure that it says New Post Status. I want to say Draft. I want it to go to my draft. Now I'm going to create the campaign. I created the campaign. I need to actually go back into it. So I'm going to put the check mark Attraction Marketing, and I'm going to tell the system I want 5 posts, and I want them posted now. They are going to now give me those articles. So what I like about the WP Robot is I use it when I'm ready for it. So the system is creating the search. When it's pretty much finished with the search, I can go directly into my post and look for them. But I find the quality of the articles under WP Robot very good. And they get posted for WP Robot under my drafts, and then there's another one for pending that comes for Unique Article Wizard. We just have one more thing that I want to briefly cover, and that is your widget bar. Let me click on Appearance Widget. Let me just show you back on my site, just to jog your memory. This is the sidebar. So this is the area that talks about all the information that is over here on this sidebar. These are called widgets. When you look at yours, you probably have things that are over there already that you didn't place that came from my branding system. Most of them are what we call a text box. So if you're over there and you want to create something, you don't have enough blank text boxes. Like down here, I've literally got blank text boxes. So I can actually use it, and then these are, they can be all moved around just like that. So I can create the text, and what I did was, for example, here's one that you have on your site, Translate My Site. You can see the writing here, and you click there, and they've put, this is code. So this is what my branding system did. So I'm going to close that. Each one of these with these down arrows has, that's the ability where you copy and paste something in. And much of that is code if it's a video. So these are mostly all videos. So that's basically what I wanted to show you about your widget bar. It's very much up to you how it's structured, but you type in. I like to type in there what's on my widget bar and why it's there. And this is the Libby Gill one, and there you go. Let me close that. And this is pretty much going to conclude our session for tonight. But just remember, you're learning new skills, and it's really a growing market. And if you didn't have a blog and you haven't used social media before, just think there's lots of people that are just in your same boat. So we used to say be a product of the product. So by learning the value of personal branding and getting more comfortable with posting your articles to your site, you're going to be able to see the value of this system. And you may rediscover just a great passion for writing. But one thing I'm sure, that because you're creating your own brand online, you're going to feel very accomplished. So it's all about you and creating your field of expertise so you can share it with others. So it was great having you on the webinar tonight. Have a great night, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.